Hack.
I'm actually going to lose my mind if I see one more video about Cortisol Face.
On Triple J.
There's a corner of the internet that's obsessed with this idea of cortisol face. I don't know if you've heard of it. Maybe you've diagnosed yourself with it. You're obsessed with doing what you can to get rid of it. Influencers on TikTok, Instagram are capitalising on this. They're saying if you've got a round or puffy face, it's because of your cortisol levels, your stress hormones. So is it really a thing? Well, Ariana Lucente's been looking into it.
You're not ugly, you just have cortisol face.
If you're on Health and Wellness Talk, you've probably seen people talking about cortisol face.
I think I had the worst case of cortisol face ever.
There are thousands of videos online about the topic, with influencers saying the hormone cortisol is making their face round and puffy.
Cortisol face is everywhere. It is when you have chronic swelling and puffiness in your face due to chronic stress, which may lead to increased cortisol levels affecting your face.
People are sharing before and after pics and all the things they're doing to transform their appearance.
1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a glass of warm or hot water.
Eating sea moss, not having caffeine.
Face massage every single morning. KSM 66 ashwagandha is the only type of ashwagandha you should be taking.
The cortisol face is literally gone, all just because of walking.
But is this actually a thing? The internet is full of people weighing in right now, like dermatologist Dr. Shireen Idris, who has millions of followers on TikTok and YouTube.
Cortisol is a steroid hormone that everybody makes. It is also known as a stress hormone because it goes up in levels at times where your body has a perceived threat or stress, and it needs to overproduce cortisol so that it can preserve itself in fight or flight.
Stress hormone makes it sound like a bad thing, but a lot of dermatologists are cautioning not to get hung up on that term.
Cortisol is also a very positive thing that we need in our bodies.
There can be problems with too much cortisol, mind you. It can lead to a condition called Cushing syndrome, but it's rare.
This is where you get the cortisol face, where you put on fat in your face, you put on fat behind your neck, you lose muscle on your legs, your abdomen grows. The opposite is Addison's disease, where you have a deficiency or sometimes a radical deficiency in cortisol production, which can be life-threatening.
Okay, so do all these people on TikTok actually have these conditions? I tracked down a psychologist.
People who have body image dissatisfaction, seeing trends online that give a really specific biological explanation for some sort of appearance concern, and then really latching onto that.
Dr. Ben Buchanan specialises in body image anxiety and dysmorphia, and he's had a few patients raise concerns about cortisol face, but they didn't actually have it.
They've said that they've spent hours going down a social media rabbit hole, seeing all of the examples of cortisol face, and then worrying that that might be applicable to them.
So what's going on here? Ben Buchanan reckons social media is making it easier for people to obsess over beauty standards.
They'll put down their phone and they'll walk straight to the mirror and start looking at themselves with a new lens.
And cortisol face isn't the only thing young people are worrying about either.
People have talked to me about fear of UV radiation from the sun causing skin damage, microplastics causing discoloration of the skin, stress in general, aging. It's a biological explanation about why they feel so bad about themselves. Whereas usually it's really an emotional one.
It's also starting young. A survey from the Butterfly Foundation found nearly 60% of young people between 12 and 18 are dissatisfied with how their body looks, and nearly half said it stopped them from attending school. So how should we be navigating TikTok and Instagram when there's so much content about body image?
Unfollow the people that you know just have idealized body image standards. Try and cut down on social media in general and connect with everyday people with everyday bodies in a realistic fashion.
Hack on Triple J.
And that's all we've got time for on the Hack Podcast for now. A reminder, if you've listened and you haven't done it yet, of course you wouldn't have done it because you've been listening to the pod, go check out the Hack survey that's in the description of this podcast. You'll find ways of telling us what you want to hear more of on this pod, and we want to deliver it to you. So go check it out now. It'll be up for a couple of weeks, and we're going to act on it. Be brutally honest. Tell us exactly what you think. Thanks so much for listening to this one. I'll catch you next time. See ya.
Hack.